Hi again, everybody, from Goss Stadium at Coleman Field on the campus of Oregon State University in Corvallis, along with Evan Bach, Andrew Rodwick, Brian Thomas, Garrett Dworshak, Sawyer Brown, Glenda Curry, Brooks Hatch, Derek Buchheit, and others. This is Mike Parker welcoming you to Game 1 of the three-game West Coast League Series between the Corvallis Knights and the Walla Sweets on, of all things, on July 29th, a cloudy, overcast, occasionally drizzly day. We woke up to some precipitation this morning, and it's kind of hit us off and on, and it was hitting us on just a few minutes ago. So Derek Buchheit hustled into gear and brought a little canopy to set up over yours truly so our vantage point is protected. Yesterday, we had difficulty conveying the pregame interview from the night before after the Knights' victory over the Portland Pickles. And it's okay that we had to hold off on a day because despite a good game for Tai Yukamoto swinging the bat and playing good defense, and Quinn Dufort's good pitching and offensive performance, the Knights did lose 9-0 yesterday. So the Washington Park Advisors player of the game, it was a little difficult. The pickings were slim for once. Usually it's a very difficult decision. The Pickles dominated yesterday's game to salvage one of the six and end a 15-game streak of futility against the Knights. The Knights hope to turn it back around after losing yesterday, hosting Walla coming off a series win down the road in Springfield. Ben Lead was the Washington Park Advisors player of the game 2 nights ago, a young man who grew up right here in Corvallis, went to Crescent Valley High School, the GNAC Player of the Year at Central Washington in Ellensburg. We'll talk about Ben's arrival to Corvallis with the Knights, growing up here in this town, and his sheer joy in playing for the Corvallis Knights. Ben Lead, our guest, coming up in 2 minutes on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio. The Corvallis Knights have defeated the Portland Pickles again, and our Washington Park Advisors player of the game in the 6-4 win, 7-4 win, Ben Lead joins me. Ben, your first start as a Corvallis Knight, RBI single, you score a big run, you played good defense, so congratulations. What was it like to start a game for the Knights in this ballpark that you kind of grew up watching the Beavers, the Knights, and played Crescent Valley High School, come back home? What's it like for you?
It's pretty surreal, to be honest with you. It's yeah, like you said, I grew up coming to a lot of Beaver games, coming to a lot of Night games, so being able to actually put on the uniform and play, it doesn't feel real. It feels like a dream. So it was a really special feeling, and also to start is so amazing. I love the opportunity.
Well, congratulations on coming through in such a big way. But let's talk a little bit about your story. Growing up in this great city, a Beaver fan? I mean, is that kind of what you remember? And you remember coming to ball games? Any particular players or teams come to mind from your growing up years?
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, I was a total Beaver baseball fan now. I watch all of them: Michael Conforto, Dylan Davis, obviously Adley Rutschman, and Trevor Larnach, Stephen Quant. Like, I could go on and on. I loved watching Beaver. Like, I was the biggest Beaver baseball fan. I still watch Beaver baseball even though I play at Central. So it's no, I can't tell you how much it means to me.
You play at Central, but it's my understanding you were going to be a 10-day guy for the Knights back in the summer of 2020. COVID happened, and a lot of things have happened in your life since. And maybe take us through coming out of CV, graduated in 2019. Brooke was one of the assistant coaches there for a couple of years. But from that point, out of CV, take us through your journey to get back here now.
Yeah, after I graduated from Crescent Valley in 2019, and then I attended Wenatchee Valley College for 2 years, but that first year was the pandemic, so we didn't play, and I played one more year after that. And then after that, I transferred to Central, and my first year there, I had to medical redshirt. I had surgery on my knee, and then I've been there the last 3 years since then, and I have one more year next year, so that's been my whole journey. And yeah, now I'm back this summer, my last summer playing for the Knights. So.
And Ben, your career is built steadily in that you're coming off your best year ever, it looks like, in the game of baseball. The Gene Ack Player of the Year, 425 batting average, a triple crown, I think 9 homers, 46 RBIs, triple crown for your own team, 425, my goodness. Tell me about the year and how things kind of came together for you.
Sure, yeah. I think right in the very beginning of the year, I sort of struggled just a tad, but once I stopped pressing so much and started with Desi Story's help, my coach there at Central, we found stuff that worked. And once conference play started, I felt like I kind of put my foot on the pedal and didn't take it off for the rest of the year. But no, I was really happy with the year I had. I always felt like I could have that kind of year if everything came together right, and that's what happened. So.
Well, good for you. Congratulations. You got another big year coming. Tell me what you catcher, outfielder. You look comfortable playing the outfield tonight, but is your future at catching? I mean, do you have a feel for what you want to do next spring at Central Washington?
Yeah. I think I'll stay in the outfield. I haven't caught much since I had my knee surgery. There has been discussions with my coach about moving back behind the dish, but nothing ever real solid yet. But so for now, that's just left field, right field, and DH. So I expect that for next year too.
Ben Lead, my guest, local kid coming home to help the Corvallis Knights try to win an 8th straight championship. Ben, you look to me like you're physically in good shape. What did you do this summer in terms of not, if you're joining the Knights now, what's your summer look like up to now and getting here kind of late in the year?
Yeah, to be honest, I was just working as a groundskeeper at my school when I got a call from Brooke asking me if I could come play, and I jumped on it, said I would, but I was just working and working out and eating and looking after my dog. So that was all I was doing, and so I had ever since I tore my knee, I've taken summers off to get stronger and bigger and kind of work it all back. But this has been a great opportunity, like at the end of the year, that Brooke's offered me, and I'm really grateful.
Yeah, I wondered about that. You're working as a groundskeeper, and here your old coach from CV calls. Was it an easy decision? I mean, did it kind of surprise you a little bit to get that call?
Yeah, I was working. I remember I was wood chipping when I missed the calls, and I looked and I was like, oh man. So I called him back, and I think it was 4 days ago. It was like, it was a Wednesday. So yeah, and now I'm here. So it was a easy decision. I called my dad just to make sure everything was good there, and then drove down the 5 hours from Ellensburg and suited it up yesterday.
Well, we're so glad you're here. Last thing you said, your dad. Have your folks haven't quite been able to make it yet? I don't know what they've got going on, but are we going to see family and friends coming out here over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. In about a week, they'll all be back. We're all kind of scattered around different places right now, but we should all be back in Corvallis at home in the next week or so.
And you want to help this team win an 8th straight championship.
Of course. I've seen so many championships. I've been here for a lot of championship games, so it'd be great to be a part of one.
Ben, it's great to have you back home, back in town, playing for the Knights. Really nice to meet you. Thanks for taking time. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Thank you.
That's Ben Lead, the Washington Park Advisors player of the game. The Knights seeking a sweep of the Portland Pickles coming up. Thanks for joining us. Lucas Casey ready to go as we get this 3-game series between the Knights and Walla Walla underway. Lucas works out of the stretch to David Miza, the leadoff hitter and designated hitter. Misses with the first pitch on this Philomath night affair under the clouds at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, and yours truly under the canopy on July 29th. The 1-0 pitch high and away from Lucas, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch, a looper back of second. Knight shortstop Peyton Miller goes out to grab it. 1 away, and the batter will be Stephen Hom. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams here in Game 1. The series continues tomorrow at 6:35 and Wednesday at 6:35 as we head down the stretch. Just 10 games left in the 2024 regular season. David Miza, the DH, just popped out on the 2-0 pitch. Now the second baseman, Stephen Hom, in the 2-hole. Lucas to the plate. Hom, first ball swinging, a fly ball to center, right at Blake Wilson. 2 down in the top of the first. Court McDonald out of Stanford will be the hitter. Court batting third and center. Colby Felix, the cleanup hitter in left. Joey Winters batting fifth at first base. Logan Meyer hitting sixth in right. J.J. Moran hitting seventh at shortstop. Mason Millar hitting eighth at third base. Joel Esparza batting ninth and catching. And the pitcher for Walla Walla, Rex Soleil, a right-hander getting ready to head to UCLA. Lucas Casey delivers a fastball away, the pride of Cal State Northridge. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Walla Walla coming off back-to-back series wins, but still struggling overall at 15-30. 6-13 now in second half play. There's a clear demarcation between upper division and lower division teams in the South in the West Coast League. The 1-0 pitch missing down and into Court. Ball 2, 2-0. Left-handed hitter, good ball player out of Stanford. The 2-0 pitch sails high and away, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Court McDonald from Arlington, Texas, Pantego, Texas, technically, where he played 5 sports in high school. Hit .325 on the farm for Stanford this past spring. 3 balls and no strikes. He takes low and away, ball 4. Lucas Casey, after 2 quick outs, issues a 4-pitch walk to Court McDonald. And that will bring Colby Felix to the plate. Colby, the right-hand hitting left fielder, about to step in. Colby Felix from the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction, Colorado. Went to high school in Sun City, Arizona, to Liberty High. Colby steps in against Lucas Casey after the 2-out walk, and the first pitch from Lucas runs down and in, ball 1. To his battery mate, Cole Snido, getting the start tonight for the Corvallis Knights. On the infield, Quinn Dufort at first, Kevin Takeuchi at second, Peyton Miller at short, Thomas Ferragaro at third, Ben Lead in left, Blake Wilson in center, Kaysen Concerina in right. McDonald goes, the pitch misses, and the throw to Knights second baseman Kevin Takeuchi is not in time. Court McDonald getting a good jump, picks up the stolen base, an opportunity for Walla Walla to get on the board early. Court, after hitting .325 for the Cardinal, starting the night at .281 for the Walla Walla Sweets, is now 13 for 13 in stolen bases. Lucas delivers a high strike, not an oxymoron. Simply a pitch, as Mike Blowers is wont to say, up in the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Colby Felix. No score, top of the first inning. Lucas Casey out of the stretch. There goes McDonald. No, he was bluffing. The pitch to Felix hit high in the air and deep to left, but playable. Going back on it a step or 2 shy of the warning track, Ben Lead to make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We'll give you the Knights lineup as we go to the bottom of the first inning on Philomath night at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Walla Walla nothing. The Knights coming up back in 90 on Joe Radio. Right-hander Rex Soleil completing his warm-up tosses. We'll give you the lineup he'll be encountering here in a moment. Walla failed to score in the top of the first inning against Knights right-hander Lucas Casey. Rex Soleil en route to UCLA out of Redwood High School in Larkspur, California, Marin County. Making his 7th appearance for the Swedes, his 5th start. He's worked 24 innings, 19 hits, 13 walks, 23 strikeouts, a record of 2-1, an ERA of 3.37. Thomas Ferraggiaro, first ball swinging, lofts a fly ball high in the air to medium right field. Logan Meyer is right there to put it away. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Ferraggiaro leading off for the Knights playing third base. Blake Wilson about to step in. Blake in the 2-hole in center field. Kevin Takeuchi batting third at second base. Quinn Dufort, the cleanup hitter, at first base. The first pitch fastball from Soleil in there for a strike. Batting fifth in left field, Ben Lead. Kaysen Concerina hitting sixth in right field. Soleil's strike one pitch is lifted to right field. Logan Meyer going back on this one, still going back, and reaches up to backhand it. Just a step or two shy of the warning track in deep and straightaway right on a good swing by Blake Wilson. Just like that, 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. Kevin Takeuchi will be the hitter. Kevin now third in the West Coast League in runs batted in with 40. Quinn Dufort has taken over the leadership on the Knights club. Kevin in a little bit of a slump. Dufort hitting .340 now, tops on the squad. Kevin starting the night at .331. First ball swinging, a ground ball to short, and J.J. Moran's throw pulls first baseman Joey Winters off the bag. A throwing error on J.J. Moran, and Kevin Takeuchi gets on base. The Knights hope to take advantage of the extra out with the Knights' leading hitter, Quinn Dufort, ready to step in from the left side against Rex Soleil. Kaysen Concerina hitting sixth in right field tonight. Coulter McAnally batting seventh, the DH. Cole Snido hitting eighth and catching. A 2-hopper to shortstop. J.J. Moran gets a second chance to get it right, and he's true this time on the play. He feeds Stephen Hom for the force on Takeuchi, and that's that for the Knights in the first. Rounding out the lineup after Snido in the 8th hole, catching Peyton Miller, batting ninth at shortstop. 1 inning in on this occasionally drizzly July 29th, 2024. Walla nothing, the Knights nothing. Back in 90 on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio.
We want to say thank you. Thank you to our community for choosing us to connect you to many destinations, other cultures, your families, and friends. Thank you to our dedicated and professional staff for ensuring the airport experience is excellent. And thank you to local residents and businesses for making us who we are. We are proud to serve you, our region, and beyond. Together, we continue to grow and thrive. Thank you for flying local and for flying EUG.
News that you can trust? Subscribe to the Gazette Times, your go-to source for in-depth journalism and breaking news. From local stories that impact your community to consistent updates to your Beavers and Knights, the Gazette Times has it all. For only $1 for 3 months, enjoy unlimited access to our e-edition, unlimited articles on GazetteTimes.com and our mobile app, and free access to newspapers.com archives. Subscribe today and join the Gazette Times community.
With Derek Buchheit. And here we go to the second inning. No score. Joey Winters, tall left-handed hitter, takes a first pitch strike from Lucas Casey. The strike one fastball is also a strike. Zachary Burr calling balls and strikes. Travis Hulsey, the base umpire. No score, top of the second inning. Joey Winters leading things off. Joey out of Ottawa University, Arizona from Rosemount, Montana. Swings at the strike two pitch, hits it foul off third. Thomas Ferraggiaro has a play. Thomas moves over to make the catch. Clearing out of his way over at third, assistant coach Tanner Parker. Derek Benson coaches at first. Raul Camacho is the pitching coach. Jared Molna is in his second summer with the Sweets and his fourth year as the head coach at Walla Walla Community College. One away in the top of the second inning. Logan Meyer, the batter. Out of the stretch works Lucas with the bases empty. Casey to the plate. Fastball, a line drive, caught by Peyton Miller. A half a step to his right to haul it in. The outs are coming quickly here early. 2 down in the top of the second. J.J. Moran, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Moran also getting ready to head to Stanford. 2 players in the starting lineup for Walla Walla in the pitcher, Rex Soleil and J.J. En route to the farm, you know that they have to be very good ball players to earn an opportunity to play for Coach Esker and that outstanding program. Moran takes high and inside, ball 1. J.J. from Carlsbad, California. Sean Canfield country. San Marcos High School. The 1-0 pitch hit sharply, a line drive right at Thomas Ferraggiaro. And that's that for Walla Walla in the third. A couple of well-hit balls, but right at Knights defenders. And we are through 1.5. It remains Walla Walla nothing, the Knights nothing. Back in 90 on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio. No score, bottom of the second inning. Ben Lead, our pregame show guest, takes low from Rex Soleil. The 1-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 1-1. Ben Lead, Kaysen Concerina, and Coulter McAnally in game 1 of this 3-game series. Good breaking ball from Soleil in there for strike 2. Ben Lead, Crescent Valley High School. We hope you were tuning in for our pregame show as he shared his story growing up here, a Beaver fan and Knights fan. Not necessarily a fan of hard-breaking sliders. He takes a look at this one for strike 3 call. That's a very good pitch executed by Rex Soleil. One away, Kaysen Concerina, the batter. When I interviewed Ben a couple of nights ago, the enthusiasm, the energy, the smile on his face, it was just refreshing. Good breaking ball here from Soleil to Kaysen Concerina, a strike. 0-1 the count. Soleil working very quickly. No pitch clock worries for him. Another breaking ball misses, and the count 1-1 to Kaysen. No score, bottom of the second inning. Out of the stretch comes Soleil. A bunt up along third. If it stays fair, it's a base hit, but a good decision by Mason Millar. to let it roll foul about 3/4 of the way up the line. 1-2 the count to Kaysen Consarenia. That sheer joy that Ben showed in being part of the Corvallis Knights, putting on the Knights uniform, playing ball in this ballpark. Just so refreshing to see. And that's been essentially the case for most of the ball players I've talked to. Good swing by Consarenia. He sends a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Kaysen Consarenia, a one-out single. And that'll bring to the plate Coulter McAnally. These days go so quickly, just wandering by on the way into the ballpark earlier, wandering by the entrance to the Jacoby Ellsbury locker room clubhouse for the Beavers. He made the big donation to make it possible. The pitch to Coulter McAnally, a strike, and I thought of the great late Vin Scully, who, in fact, I found out about Vinny's passing 2 years ago. Breaking ball right here in this ballpark. When the news was delivered, it broke my heart, as it did so many who loved him, admired him, were thankful for him, respected him. But one of Vinny's great lines was, "It's a mere moment but for a man between an all-star game and an old-timers game." And he's right. And how quickly it all goes. A throw to first, and Kaysen Consarenia back. So when you see these young players savoring their time, it's really refreshing. The pitch to McAnally, grounded into right field, base hit. Into second base goes Kaysen Consarenia. Back-to-back base hits with a good approach, kind of a novel approach in the modern game. Hitting the ball the other way. I love to see it. Consarenia, base hit to right. Coulter McAnally, a base hit to right. First and second, nobody out. Cole Snido swings. Ground ball to short. Moran goes to Hom for one. And on to first for a double play. Just as quickly as the Knights appeared to have a little something going, the potential rally is quelled on the pitcher's best of friends. A 6-4-3 double play ball thrown by Soleil. Moran, Hom to Witters. And the Knights get 2 hits, leave 1. We are through 2. And glad to be here on an overcast Monday night, full Omith night in the ballpark. The Walla Walla Sweets nothing, the Knights nothing. Back in 90 on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio.
Hey Corvallis Knights fans, looking for an amazing deal? Come down to Wilson Motors. Visit us today and get free tickets to Wilson Motors Night with the Corvallis Knights on July 24th. It's a night you won't want to miss. Exciting baseball, great company, and fantastic giveaways. While you're here, check out our wide variety of vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged trucks, we've got something for everyone. Wilson Motors, the one-stop shop for unbeatable deals and unforgettable nights. Hurry in and score your tickets today at Wilson Motors on
Top of the third inning. No score. Lucas Casey ready to go to Mason Millar. The right-hander delivers. Fastball outside, ball 1. Millar played for his head coach. Now the head coach with the Sweets in his second year, Jared Molna, at Walla Walla Community College out of Boise's Capital High School. The 1-0 pitch pulled foul outside of third and down the line. The count to Millar, 1 ball and 1 strike. But I was just thinking about Jacoby himself and remembering his arrival as a fresh-faced freshman out of Madras on this campus, and how excited Pat Casey was to have a chance. I remember him telling me in those early days, we got a guy coming in from Madras that's going to be really good. The 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. A difference maker, kind of good. I remember him saying, without pointing on too heavily, but he just said, we got a guy that might be the best player I've ever coached, before Jacoby arrived on this campus. The 1-2 slider from Lucas Casey, swung on and missed, strike 3, 1 away, and Joel Esparza will be the batter, the first strikeout for Lucas Casey. 1 out here in the third, no score. And Jacoby fulfilled that. And as I've shared the story before, particularly when the Knights are playing the Bend Elks, the whole thing that Pat sold Jacoby on, as it were. Jacoby, you could sign now, begin your professional journey. You're a 19th round pick, which he was. The pitch to Joel swung on and missed, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, to be drafted out of small Madras High School and get a chance to play professionally immediately was somewhat alluring to Jacoby. 0-1 to Joel Esparza. But Kay said to Jacoby, if you come to Oregon State and play 3 years, you'll be a first-round pick. The strike 1 pitch in the turf. Pat doesn't blow smoke. He never has. He's always been a truth teller. And he couldn't, of course, know for sure 100% that he was prophesying the truth, but as it turned out, he was, and Jacoby was, by the Boston Red Sox. Good breaking ball on the 1-1 pitch from Lucas Casey. In there for strike 2. 1-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on in the third, but it was in this league, too, the fledgling days of the West Coast League. Jacoby played for the Bend Elks in the summer of 2002 and fell in love with this ballpark in his travels with college baseball. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3, and Lucas Casey with back-to-back strikeouts to open the third. Esparza going down on strikes. Joel getting the start tonight. He, too, from Ottawa University in Arizona. And a beautifully named high school, Tombstone High. It's a good motion picture. The lines that Kurt Russell and others say in Tombstone inspired the 2017 Pat Casey Beavers. We're coming, and vengeance or hell or something's coming with us, something to that effect, after the Beavers were snubbed and left out of the tournament in 2016. They took their cue, their inspiration, I think, a line from Tombstone the following year and went 56-6. David Miza takes low and inside, ball 1, 1-0. Lucas Casey comes back, swung on and missed by David. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Top of the third inning, no score. Miza out of Sierra Madre, LaSalle High School, also going to UCLA. The 1-1 pitch missing down and in, ball 2, 2-1. I hear Sierra Madre, I think of Romy's caller over the years, Terrence from Sierra Madre, but I think even more fondly of You're Telling Me, Fields, filmed in Sierra Madre in 34. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed in the count 2-2. Fields' first great starring vehicle, You're Telling Me. His golf routine at the end makes it worth the film having been made, but it was filmed on location in Sierra Madre, and it was a big hit for the locals about 100 years ago. Nope, 90, only 90, sorry. The 2-2 pitch, chased and missed, strike 3 down on the turf. Cole Snido will throw into foul territory to Quinn Dufort to complete the strikeout. And Lucas Casey fans the side here in the third. Both pitchers are dealing here tonight early in game 1 of this 3-game series. Down go the Sweets at the end of 2.5. Walla Walla nothing, the Knights nothing. Back in 90 on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio. Peyton Miller, a chopper up along third on an 0-1 pitch, fielded cleanly by the Sweets third baseman Mason Millar. He throws over to first to retire Peyton. One away, and Thomas Ferragaro, the hitter. I met Peyton's folks here a couple of days ago and forgot to inquire, and I wanted to because Peyton wasn't 100% sure. He said that his sister was traveling, I believe, in Africa, doing some work in her major at Oregon State. I forgot to ask the major, but I'm thinking it's zoology, but would like to know. Soleil in a fast break pace delivers a strike to Thomas Ferragaro, comes back with a strike one pitch and misses outside in the count 1-1. Growing up loving Vinny, loving Chicky, baby. Dick Enberg got to get into the Chicky Hearn mode. A change up, a little tapper. Backhanded, nice play by Soleil. Throws to first, 2 down. Over to Jerry West, get it to Gail Goodrich into the low post to Chamberlain. Back out to West, now to Goodrich. 17-footer on the way, no good. Rebound, Happy Harrison. Feed, Wilt, slam dunk. Something like that. I feel like I got to go into that mode now with Rex Soleil. The fastest working pitcher I've seen in the history of this ballpark. And he's doing a good job, too. Fields his position well, quickly 2 down. Blake Wilson, the batter, fly to right field in the first. Soleil to the plate, fastball, pop foul off to the right and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Back in my happier days, in a sense, the younger days, I used to just enjoy hearing Vin Scully say 1-1. Just say what the count was, and he would stretch it out. With Soleil, I'm not sure you have time. We'll see if we can get to a 1-1. The strike one pitch? No. It's strike 2. 0-2 the count. I mean, he 1-1 to Ron Fairley. I heard many times in my youth. Now it's 0-2 to Blake Wilson. 2 down, nobody on. Soleil strike 2 pitch, breaking ball outside. On appeal, no swing, says base umpire Travis Hulsey. It is indeed a quick pace Soleil is setting, but that's good. I like it. I like it. Fast working pitchers. Soleil clearly has an idea of how he wants to attack hitters. He's an impressive looking young man. He comes back 1-2, breaking ball outside, ball 2, 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the third, no score. Cloudy, cool night, but not as cool because of the clouds. It's a little humid by comparison to our normal weather. 2-2 fastball rolled foul. Brooke Knight, the Knights skipper, makes the play. Brooke in his 16th year, 7 straight championships and 10 overall. Pretty good resume. Ed Nags coaching at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes, but we do not have our usual winds blowing through the ballpark. The 2-2 pitch hit foul towards the TNT Builders party deck, where Melinda and company and the concessions down there are riding herd on this Philomath night. Philomath, population around 5,700, incorporated in 1882. Philomath College, founded in 1867 by the United Brethren Church. They closed down in 1929. The 2-2 pitch missing for ball 3, 3-2. And the name of the town itself is a lesson in itself. Philomath, love of learning. The 3-2 pitch to Wilson, fastball high and inside for ball 4. A nice plate appearance for Blake. He draws the 2-out walk. Kevin Takeuchi aboard on an error in the first inning will come to the plate in this scoreless affair. Blake Wilson, an outstanding athlete. We'll see if Coach Knight might turn him loose. Blake is 13 for 15 in stolen bases. 2 down. Likely he's going to try to get a jump. But he better do it quickly on Rex Soleil, who goes to work on Takeuchi and misses low and away, ball 1, 1-0. I expect Blake to be running, maybe on this pitch. He does go. The 1-0 pitch is high. The throw to second hits Blake Wilson, who was making the headfirst dive into second base, and Blake is in safely. 14 for 16 for Blake Wilson on stolen bases. And with that stolen base, a $30 contribution to our friends at Community Outreach, Inc., half of it paid by Papay Material Handling. The other $15 from the Corvallis Knights. They combine all year long to make a $30 contribution for every Knights stolen base. I'll have you guys work up the math on the Knights' 94th stolen base of the year. So they've contributed to the coffers of the great program, Community Outreach, Inc. The 2-0 pitch to Kevin Takeuchi misses high and away, ball 3. 3-0 after two very quick outs. Soleil losing Blake Wilson and walking him behind to Takeuchi 3-0. Quinn Dufort on deck. Rex from the stretch. A 3-0 breaking ball misses for ball 4. Boy, ain't that the truth that there are no free pitches in the game anymore. That was an excellent article a few weeks back I referenced in The Athletic. The dearth of 300 hitters, the paucity of runs, the 1968-like batting averages around Major League Baseball. And one of the reasons proffered was you don't get any freebies as you did back in certain eras. A 2-0 pitch was going to be a fastball. Now, Soleil misses on the first pitch, and everything on this fast pace, one of the fastest paces I've ever seen for a pitching coach, or a head coach in this case. Raul Camacho is the pitching coach, but Jared Molna is the head coach and makes the visits. And Molna, after seeing Soleil get two quick outs, but then walking Wilson, walking Takeuchi, and falling behind Quinn Dufort, makes a very quick jog out to the mound for a conversation with his pitcher to try to get Rex back on track. But we just saw an example of what the Athletic was talking about. A 3-0 slider from Rex Soleil. He's not going to give in and just throw a meat pitch, a fastball down the middle for a good hitter to turn on. The 1-0 changeup to Quinn Dufort misses a little bit high for ball 2. And in life's mysteries, and as Bruce Coburn says, don't tell me there is no mystery. We're in one now. Strike, 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 out, 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 and now suddenly no strikes to be found. Here's one, the 2-0 fastball from Soleil, a knee-high fastball for a strike. The count 2-1 to Dufort, who bounced into a force play to end the first inning. Blake Wilson at second, Kevin Takeuchi at first. The 2-1 pitch to Quinn, good fastball, located on the inner half knee high for strike 2. Soleil trying to rediscover the right stuff and put up another 0 here in the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no score, bottom of the third inning. The 2-2 pitch flailed at and missed for strike 3. The pitch was in the turf, the tag applied by Esparza. Good off-speed pitch for Soleil, who after walking 2 straight, receives a visit from his head coach and takes care of business. The Knights leave 2. We live in the age of 0. I just heard Ryan doing an excellent job as our Benton County Schools Credit Union junior announcer. Back in my old days, at the end of an inning, you'd sum it up and say, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Today, all young people say 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors, and 2 men left on base. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with it, but when did it change and why did it change? All young people say 0 and not no when they're summing up baseball numbers. Anybody care to explain your theory on that? As we go to the fourth, 0 score at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio.
We want to say thank you. Thank you to our community for choosing us to connect you to many destinations, other cultures, your families, and friends. Thank you to our dedicated and professional staff for ensuring the airport experience is excellent. And thank you to local residents and businesses for making us who we are. We are proud to serve you, our region, and beyond. Together, we continue to grow and thrive. Thank you for flying local and for flying EUG.
Knights fans, looking for an amazing deal? Come down to Wilson Motors. Visit us today and get free tickets to Wilson Motors Night with the Corvallis Knights on July 24th. It's a night you won't want to miss. Exciting baseball, great company, and fantastic giveaways. While you're here, check out our wide variety of vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged trucks, we've got something for everyone.
Through 3 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, Walla, no runs, no hits, 1 error. The Knights, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Lucas Casey, who struck out the side last inning, starts Stephen Hom with a breaking ball strike. The 0-1 pitch, a check swing by Hom, but he went around in the judgment of home plate umpire Travis Hulsey, or the base umpire, with an appeal from Zachary Burr. 0-2 to Stephen out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi, a transfer from Ohlone College. He played there 21 through 23, had a good year in Corpus Christi this past spring. No balls and 2 strikes to Hom, leading off the 4th, breaking ball down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Stephen at 3:15 with 13 runs batted in, 9 for 12 in stolen bases. Hom went to Valley Christian High School in San Jose. I never quite knew where that was. I spent my sophomore year in San Jose. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, a chopper to third. Ferragaro a couple of steps to his left, fields and throws across to Quinn Dufort. 1 away, and Court McDonald the batter. Only my sophomore year, moving from Hacienda Heights to Cottage Grove, Oregon, and then health issues for both my mom and dad necessitated a move back to be nearer to family, so I spent my sophomore year at Oak Grove High School in San Jose, which branched off into Santa Teresa the year after I left and moved back to Little Cottage Grove, Oregon, but enjoyed the time in San Jose. But Valley Christian was not something I recall at that time, circa 73, 74. The pitch to Court McDonald, a strike, 0-1 the count. Court drew a walk in the first inning from Lucas Casey. No score in the 4th. Lucas delivers, sprayed foul down the left field line and well out of play beyond the TNT Builders party deck. 0-2 the count. Lucas Casey and Cole Snido, the Knights battery. Quinn Dufort at first, Kevin Takeuchi at second, Peyton Miller at short, Thomas Ferragaro at third, Ben Lead in left, Blake Wilson in center, Kaysen Consarina in right. The strike 2 pitch to Court McDonald. Swung out and missed for strike 3. Snido dropped the ball. Ball rolls in front of the plate. Cole grabs and throws to Quinn Dufort at first for another strikeout for Lucas Casey. He fanned the side in the 3rd. Has 4 strikeouts on this overcast evening with the accent on pitching here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Game 2 tomorrow night, Old Timers Night. I look forward to finding out a little bit more about what that means, but it seems to be up my alley. The pitch to Colby Felix misses down and away, ball 1. Colby flied to left in the 1st. A mere moment. A vapor that appeareth for a little while, then vanisheth away. Yes, that's also pretty eloquent and true. Good breaking ball and a strike. It's just I've been feeling it more lately, approaching Route 66. 1 ball and 1 strike to Colby Felix. 2 down, nobody on in the 4th, no score. Lucas out of the stretch. The young right-hander delivers. Breaking ball, stroke to right field. Base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Colby Felix going the other way. For the 2-out single, the slider didn't have as much bite that time. Hung up a little bit, and Colby Felix able to get the barrel to it. Colby out of Rocky Mountains Athletic Conference, as I mentioned, Colorado Mesa University. A 2-out single for Colby. The first hit for Walla, and Joey Winters, the hitter. Joey began his collegiate career out of Sibley High School in Rosemount, Montana at Iowa Lakes Community College, but worked his way to a different time and climb at Ottawa. The first pitch missing, Ottawa University in surprise. 1 ball and no strikes to Joey, fouled out in the 2nd inning. We're in the 4th, no score. Lucas from the stretch, the 1-0 fastball, a strike, and the count 1-1. Casey in this July 29th affair, his 3rd start, 9th appearance. An ERA of 1.74 coming in. The right-hander ready and comes back to the plate. Just misses. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Logan Meyer, the on-deck hitter. Caden Siegel tomorrow night for the Corvallis Knights. Another great summer and tremendous career for Caden. Cohen Gomez on Wednesday before a non-league affair Thursday, and then a trip to Bend on Friday as we head down the stretch. The 2-1 fastball just missed, and the count goes to 3-1 to Joey Winters. Joey, a big kid, 6'7", 215. Left-handed hitter awaits the 3-1 fastball on the inside corner. Nice location. The count goes full to 3-2. No mystery here now. Colby Felix will be running with the pitch. First baseman Quinn Dufort playing back of the runner now. Joey awaiting a 3-2 pitch with 2 down. Colby Felix ready to go. He does. And the 3-2 pitch is ball 4. The first bona fide threat, the fact that Court McDonald was at second base in the first inning, notwithstanding. This feels a little more problematic now for Lucas to try to keep the 0 on the board. With 2 outs, a base hit, a walk, and now Logan Meyer, who lined out in his first at-bat at the plate. Logan back for another run with the Walla Sweets, 44 games last year for the Sweets. He, too, after a good spring at Ottawa University. Pride of Gil McDougall country. Billings, Montana, takes outside, ball 1. 2 on, 2 out, no score in the fourth. Casey delivers, fastball up and in. Ball 2, 2-0. Lucas hoping to channel a little bit of his counterpart action. A couple of quick outs, a little trouble, and then rediscovered the stuff at the right time to put up a 0. Lucas hoping to do the same now with 2 on and 2 out and a 2-0 count to Logan Meyer, but he throws one in the turf for ball 3. 3-0, J.J. Moran on deck. Billings, Montana, the hometown for the right-hand hitting Logan Meyer. Began his career in his hometown at Montana State University, Billings. 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see if he gets a pitch to take a cut at. He takes, and it was a fastball, but he was not shut down. I think he could have pulled the trigger had he wanted to, but he takes a strike and the count 3-1. Colby Felix at second. Joey Winters at first. 3 balls and a strike to Logan Meyer in the scoreless affair in the fourth. The 3-1 pitch on the outside corner to run the count full to 3-2. Both runners will be going on the pitch. Colby Felix from second, Joey Winters from first, 2 down. 3-2 to Logan Meyer. J.J. Moran waiting his turn. The Sweets trying to break through in this scoreless affair. The runners go. The 3-2 pitch is pounded foul at the plate. And the fight continues between Lucas and Logan Meyer. The weather may have been a slight deterrent tonight on Philomath Night. I know that many have been welcoming cooling of the conditions, but maybe not this cool. A little bit of drizzle, I think, has cut down a little bit on the numbers that we're seeing, but it's a good crowd on Philomath Night celebrating the great community of Philomath. Discounted meals available in the left field corner if you can prove your Philomothian citizenship. The runners go, and the 3-2 pitch is high and inside for ball 4 to load the bases. We'll see if Cole Stringer makes a visit. Cole is at the top steps, the Knights pitching coach, flanked by Ed Nags, Jung Jin Yoon, and Brooke Knight. Doesn't appear a visit is forthcoming. I think that's primarily because there are 2 outs through all of the travails here for Lucas in the fourth. He's just 1 pitch away from being out of the inning. Bases loaded, 2 down for J.J. Moran, who hit the ball sharply, but right at Knight's third baseman, Thomas Ferragaro. And now he hits one sharply back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Colby Felix scores. Joey Winters trying to come to the plate, and the throw to the plate in and out of the mid of Cole Snido, kind of going slightly up the line to receive it. If Snido hangs on to the throw, he might have had a chance to apply a tag and get an out. But he's not able to, and J.J. Moran makes Lucas Casey pay a price for the 2-out walks. The base hit to Colby Felix was one thing, but then that was followed up by back-to-back free passes. And the Walla Walla Sweets lead this one 2-0. The Knights lost last night 9-0. They are working to kind of, for their standards, get through a little bit of some unusual turns of events. Lucas Casey delivers to Millar, who hammers it to deep left center field. This will short hop the fence in left, and 2 more runs are going to score. In comes J.J. Moran, following the Mason Millar double to left. And it's now 3-0, or 1 more run, pardon me, with J.J. Moran coming around to score on the double off the bat of Mason Millar. Well struck to deep left center field. 4-0 with Moran and Logan Meyer coming in on the 2-run double. J.J. Moran, a 2-run single, followed by Mason Millar's 2-run double. 4-0. And just moments ago, Lucas Casey was 2 outs and nobody on in a scoreless game. How quickly things can change. It's now 4-0 Walla Walla with a chance to go 5-0 with Joel Esparza at the plate. Joel struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Part of last inning, Lucas striking out the side. Now a visit is coming from Cole Stringer, with Lucas a pitch away from getting through the 4th unscathed. Has now been scathed to the tune of 4 runs. A 2-run single for J.J. Moran, a 2-run double for Mason Millar. And the Sweets have jumped to a 4-0 lead here in the 4th. This is a Walla Walla club that's playing a little bit better baseball of late, coming off a series win in Springfield. Walla Walla at 6-13 and 15-30 overall. And not really in the playoff picture. As I mentioned, there's a distinct gap between the upper 4 teams and the lower 4. The first 4 teams in each division essentially make the playoffs. Ridgefield at the moment at 15-4, leading the South. Portland at 15-5. Bend at 13-5 in the second half. Corvallis already in the playoffs with the first half title at 12-6. But Cowlitz at 6-12, Walla Walla 6-13, Yakima Valley 5-13, Springfield at 4-14 in second half action. After the visit, Cole Stringer returns to the dugout on the third base side. Lucas Casey, with some bullpen activity going on behind him, delivers a first pitch strike to Joel Esparza, or the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed to even the count at 1-1. 4 runs in. Mason Millar hopping away from second. The 1-1 pitch from Lucas misses down and away. Ball 2, 2-1. Walla Walla, to its credit, won the season series against the Knights, or at least took the opening game. The opening series 2 out of 3. The Knights won the opener, but just before the All-Star break, Walla Walla came back and won the next 2 for the Knights' first series loss of the season. Fastball for a strike. The Knights won that series opener on July 12th, 3 weeks ago, 4-0, behind Caden and Dominic Tatone. But Walla Walla won the next 2, 5-1 and 3-1. They lead this one 4-0 in the 4th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 4 in. The 2-2 pitch, a ground ball to the hole at short. Peyton backhands, uses the turf on a 1-hopper across the field for the out on Esparza to retire the side. But Walla Walla, with some 2-out magic, they score 4 runs. on a 2-run single with 2 outs, followed by a 2-run double. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Walla Walla 4 and the Knights nothing on the Knights live stream back in 90 on Joe Radio. Bottom of the 4th inning, 4-0. Walla Walla, a 4-run top half for the visiting Sweets. Ben Lead, first ball swinging, hits one foul off the railing below the Omaha room and back onto the field. Rex Soleil back to the plate. The strike one pitch misses. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ben Lead. Ben will be followed by Kaysen Concerina, then Coulter McAnally. Looks at a good breaking ball, does Ben, for strike 2. Ben struck out looking at a good slider from Rex Soleil in the 2nd inning. 4-0 Walla Walla in the 4th. Breaking ball in the turf. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ben, can you call Derek for me, please? Before he's talking to somebody, but if you could call him over here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ben swings and it's a little roller back at first. Joey Winters, the first baseman, is right there to field and make the play. Good pitch from Soleil, getting up and in on Lead, producing the little ground ball out. 1 gone, and Kaysen Concerina will be the batter. Kaysen singled to right field in the 2nd inning. The Knights had back-to-back base hits to right, but Soleil ended up getting out of it with a double play ball. Last inning, after 2 outs, back-to-back walks. And once again, Soleil was up to the challenge. The first pitch missing to Kaysen Concerina. The 1-0 pitch from Soleil misses for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes, the count. The pitch to Kaysen from Rex Soleil misses again for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. 4-0. Walla Walla, bottom of the 4th. The Knights fans still kind of waiting and anticipating the usual kind of stuff from the hometown team, who have won 10 championships, celebrated 10 championships on this field, and hope to do so again just a few days away from rolling into August. The 3-0 pitch, a strike to Concerina. Now the 3-1 pitch, a line drive to third, grabbed by Mason Millar. 2 down, Rex Soleil is pitching a gem. And Coulter McAnally will come to the plate. Coulter singled to right field in the 2nd. Soleil and Joel Esparza, the battery for the Sweets. Joey Winters at first, Stephen Hom at 2nd, J.J. Moran at short, Mason Millar at 3rd, Colby Felix in left, Court McDonald in center, Logan Meyer in right. The breaking ball to Coulter misses down and away. Ball 1 from Rex Soleil. 1-0 the count, 2 down, nobody on. 4-0 Sweets. The 1-0 fastball swung on and missed. So the count 1-1. Yeah, Vinny would say it. He would say 1-1 to make you think that there's nothing better in life, nothing better than to be at Chavez Ravine with a count of 1-1. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is down and away. Ball 2. 2-1 to Coulter McAnally, like my dear late papa, telling us what he had to prepare for breakfast. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 down. The pitch is outside. Ball 3. 3-1. He would wake me in the morning and say, son, I can make breakfast for you if you'd like. We got bacon. We got eggs. Now, the way bacon and eggs sounds so much better than we got bacon and we got eggs. The 3-1 pitch hit foul. Demosthenes would be right, I suppose. Delivery, location. But Demosthenes said in rhetorical utterances, delivery, pronunciatio. We got bacon, we got eggs, worlds of possibility. Or we got bacon and eggs. The 3-2 pitch fouled above the Walla dugout on the first base side. I just remember, even as a youngster, thinking, boy, Dad's making a lot out of 2 things, but he's making it sound so inviting and enchanting. We got bacon, we got eggs. The 3-2 pitch, we have a ground ball to second. Stephen Hom fields and throws to first, and the Knights go in order. Excellent work by Rex Soleil. Backing up the 4-run top of the inning with a 1-2-3 inning of his own, and we are through 4. Walla 4 and the Knights nothing. We'll have a new pitcher coming in for the Corvallis Knights, so we will take a 2-minute pitching change break. The Sweets in control of this one. The Pickles were in control all evening last night. And so we again sort of ask, as somewhat mystified Knights fans, what's going on? Well, we've got a lot of ball game left. We're glad you've joined us. Back in 2 minutes on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio.
News that you can trust? Subscribe to the Gazette-Times, your go-to source for in-depth journalism and breaking news. From local stories that impact your community to consistent updates to your Beavers and Knights, the Gazette-Times has it all. For only $1 for 3 months, enjoy unlimited access to our e-edition, unlimited articles on GazetteTimes.com and our mobile app, and free access to newspapers.com archives. Subscribe today and join the Gazette-Times community, where Knights fans looking for an amazing deal? Come down to Wilson Motors. Visit us today and get free tickets to Wilson Motors Night with the Corvallis Knights on July 24th. It's a night you won't want to miss. Exciting baseball, great company, and fantastic giveaways. While you're here, check out our wide variety of vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged trucks, we've got something for everyone. Wilson Motors, the one-stop shop for unbeatable deals and unforgettable nights. Hurry in and score your tickets today at Wilson Motors on
Top of the 5th inning. 4-0 Walla. Dominic Tatone, the new pitcher for the Knights, the left-hander out of Roseburg and committed to Western Oregon up the road. We probably should have a Monmouth night at some point, too. It's Philomath night here at the ballpark. Dominic misses to David Miza, ball 1. The leadoff hitter for the Sweets has popped to short and struck out. He takes high, ball 2, 2-0 from Tatone. David Miza, Stephen Hom, and Court McDonald for Walla in the 5th. Tremendous work by the Sweets last inning. 2 outs, nobody on. They rose up for 4 runs. The 2-0 pitch from Tatone misses for ball 3, 3-0. One very faithful Knights fan who doesn't miss many games just said to me during the mid-inning break, he said, Mike, this slump is reaching epic proportions. The 3-0 pitch to Miza, down and away for ball 4. And he was serious. You know, it wasn't just sort of a throwaway observation. He was making that statement as a concerned Knights fan. And I listened to him because he rarely misses a game. But as he watches the proceedings, it was here yesterday, 9-0 Pickles. Today it's 4-0 Sweets in the 5th. And he does have sort of the, what's going on here, the twilight of the gods, as we talked about yesterday. The pitch to Stephen Hom, a strike, and the count 0-1. The title, the working title for a story that I think Roger Kahn either wrote for Newsweek or Life back in '54 when the Indians had the temerity to end the Yankees' win streak and getting to the World Series. There goes the runner, Miza. The throw to second is not in time. Miza gets a good jump on Dominic Tatone and steals second. The count, meanwhile, 1-1 to Stephen Hom. The Knights are dynastic in the West Coast League, no question, with 7 consecutive championships. That's hard to do at any level of the game, as you well know. But what the Yankees did between 49 and 53, the greatest run in the history of Major League Baseball. 4-0 Sweets here in the 5th. The 1-1 pitch hit sharply, backhanded on a hop by Peyton Miller. Good play to throw to first and hold Miza at second base in the process. One away. Good play by Peyton. Court McDonald, who has walked and struck out, will come to the plate. Casey Stengel, hired to manage the Yankees in 49 out of the Pacific Coast League and the Oakland Oaks, was considered a bit of a baseball clown, and there were a lot of people who looked askance at his hiring in the Big Apple for the mighty Yankees. Casey Stengel, that joker? And Casey won in his first 5 seasons 5 straight World Series. That's the best run in any major sport ever. The pitch to Court McDonald, a strike, and the count 0-1. 4-0 Walla Walla in the 5th. David Miza at second, 1 out. A bunt shown by Court. He takes just outside, and the count 1-1. In 54, I think Casey's Yankees won 103 games, but the Indians won 111 and went to the World Series, the series of Willie and the catch on Vic Wertz, but the Giants sweeping the series over the 111-win Indians. The 1-1 pitch pulled foul by Court McDonald past his first base coach, Derek Benson. The count goes to 1-2. But it was so astonishing to the national magazines, and when baseball was king, the national pastime had not yet been usurped by football. Boy, it's been long passed by the National Football League since those halcyon days for the game. The 1-2 pitch, a ground ball to the hole at short, backhanded by Peyton Miller. He will save the throw on a good decision. Court McDonald beats it out, no throw, an infield single, but the throw would have perhaps given Miza the opportunity to go to third. Peyton processed all of that and made a good decision to save the throw. Runners at first and second with 1 out for Colby Felix. A fly ball thus does not score a run, and Dominic Tatone, in theory, could get out of the inning with a double play ball here. But a fly ball is what is no longer in order here for the run. First and second, 1 out, thanks to Peyton's quick thinking. The pitch to Colby Felix, a strike, the count 0-1. It was national news that the Yankees weren't going to win it in 54, and the great Roger Kahn was dispatched to write about it, and the working title for the story in the national magazine was The Twilight of the Gods, when the Yankees did not pull it out in 54. The pitch to Colby misses, in the count 1-1. But if memory serves, and in this case with the Yankees in their history it does, the Yankees went to the series in 55, 56, 57, 58, 60, 61, 62, 63, and 64. So it wasn't quite twilight time for the Yankees then, although their dominance in winning the series every year diminished a little bit after that 53 campaign. The pitch in there for a strike to Colby Felix. 1-2 the count. 2 on, 1 out. Top of the fifth. 4-0 Walla Walla. Dominic Tatone, the lefty, works out of the stretch. Glances back at Miza. And now comes to the plate. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Foul tipped and held by Cole Snido. 2 down. Big out recorded by Dominic. And Joey Winters will be the batter. Joey fouled out in the second. Walked and scored last inning. Part of the big 4-run uprising. 2 outs, nobody on. And Lucas Casey cruising. Gave up a base hit, walked 2. And back-to-back hits ensued and 4 runs scored. That's baseball. Dominic's first pitch just misses to the big left-hand hitter Joey Winters. Joey 6'7". Trim, no doubt, 6'7", 215. But a big presence in the box, has fouled out and walked. Brooke was wondering where the pitch missed. It must have been construed to be a bit inside. Dominic's 1-0 pitch misses for ball 2, 2-0. 4-0 Sweets in the fifth. Dominic trying to put up a 0 after a 4-run fourth for the visiting Sweets. Comes to the plate. The 2-0 pitch swung on and missed by Joey in the count 2-1. 5 straight series wins, 49-53. Lost to Cleveland in 54. Lost to the Dodgers in the series to the Yankees in 55 and 7. Won it in 7 and 56. Lost in 7 and 57 to the Milwaukee Braves, but came back down 3-1 to win it in 7 in 58. The White Sox in 59 win it. Lose to the Pirates in 7 and 60. Win in 5 over the Reds in 61. Win in 7 over the Giants in 62. McCovey's drive caught by Bobby Richardson. Get swept by the Dodgers in 63. Lose to the Cardinals in 64. And the dynastic run then ended. But it was a heck of a one, right? Winters rolls 1 foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. 4-0 Walla Walla. Ground ball back up the middle. Miller to his left. Fields throws to first to Quinn Dufort to retire the side. This was a very good inning for Knight shortstop Peyton Miller. His quick thinking and good defensive glove work and arm keeps Walla Walla from adding to its lead in the fifth. No runs, a hit, 2 left. At the end of 4.5, the Sweets 4 and the Knights nothing on the Knights live stream back in 90 on Joe Radio. Bottom of the fifth inning, 4-0 Walla Walla. Rex Soleil falls behind Cole Snido. 2 balls and no strikes. Cole grounded into an inning-ending double play in the second. Takes a 2-0 fastball from Soleil for a strike. 2-1 the count. Cole Snido, Peyton Miller, and Thomas Ferraggiaro, and Soleil back in his fast break kind of mode, ready to go, and the 2-1 breaking ball is in there for strike 2, 2-2. Snido backs out for a moment. Rex has pitched a gem. He's allowed just 2 hits and has really been impressive. He comes back with a 2-2 fastball fouled into the netting. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night's Old Timers game will feature a barbershop quartet. It'll put me in mind of the Music Man, and anything that puts me in mind of Harold Hill makes me feel good and happy. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. The dominance continues for Rex Soleil and Walla in game 1 of this 3-game series, 4-0. Brilliant work by Meredith Wilson. Just sensational. It's hard to imagine somebody sitting down and he himself had an album entitled "And Then I Wrote the Music Man" was the title of his album, kind of telling the story of how it all came together for him. Peyton Miller, a chopper to third, fielded by Mason Millar. Throws a little low, but a good stretch by Joey Winters, and just like that, 2 down in the bottom of the 5th with the Knights trailing 4-0. Thomas Ferraggiaro, the hitter. Thomas has flied to right and hit back to the box on a good play by Rex Soleil. 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Sweets. The Knights lost last night, 9-0. And one fan to my left concerned about it all. I don't think that is necessarily the overarching feeling for Dan Siegel, who's here with his wife Courtney tonight. Caden will get the start tomorrow, and the Knights are going to be just fine. The first pitch missing from Rex Soleil. The 1-0 fastball to Ferraggiaro. A strike, and the count 1-1. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Swedes. Breaking ball high. 2-1. But a barbershop quartet here tomorrow night. Old-time games instead of bat boys. It'll be bat grandpas tomorrow. That is something new under the sun. Bat grandpas, not bat boys tomorrow. Good breaking ball in there for a strike from Rex Soleil to even the count at 2-2. We'll have organ music playing throughout. That'll have a good old-fashioned romantic, quaint kind of feel. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and the Knights go in order in the 5th. 50s and 60s music, and maybe the Knights will score a bunch of runs early, and that'll have a good old-fashioned feel tomorrow night, too. It's been a rough couple of nights, a tough patch for the Knights in back-to-back days. But credit Rex Soleil and his outstanding pitching tonight for keeping the Knights quiet. He retires Corvallis in order. We go to the 6th. 4-0 Walla Walla on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio.
Airport, we want to say thank you. Thank you to our community for choosing us to connect you to many destinations, other cultures, your families, and friends. Thank you to our dedicated and professional staff for ensuring the airport experience is excellent. And thank you to local residents and businesses for making us who we are. We are proud to serve you, our region, and beyond. Together, we continue to grow and thrive. Thank you for flying local and for flying EUG.
Four nothing Sweets to the 6th. Dominic Tatone's first pitch to Logan Meyer, a strike. 0-1 the count to Logan, who swings at the off-speed pitch, doesn't get it, and is down in the count 0-2. Logan is lined out and then drew a walk with 2 outs to load the bases in the 4th inning against Lucas Casey. That kept the inning going. J.J. Moran, a 2-run single. Mason Millar, a 2-run double. 4-0 Sweets. Logan takes the strike 2 pitch, down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Logan Meyer. In the 6th, game 1 of 3. 6:35 tomorrow, Old Timers Night. The 1-2 fastball, swung on and missed for strike 3. Dominic Tatone with some good work. He finessed his way through the 5th inning. His counterpart has really settled down, and Rex Soleil, pitching a gem, walked back-to-back hitters in the 3rd, and since has retired 7 straight. Has a 4-0 lead. Tatone trying to keep it that way. The pitch to Moran, a fly ball to center. Blake Wilson moves in to make the catch. 2 down, and Mason Millar will come to the plate. Philomath night at the ballpark. Philomath head baseball coach Levi Weber, the pride of Glide, throughout the ceremonial first pitch. Beautiful Glide, Oregon, the home of the colliding rivers. Dominic Tatone's probably been there. The pitch on the way to Mason Millar, hit foul off to the right and out of play. Anybody living in Roseburg, I'm sure, would eventually make their way to the colliding rivers. No balls and 1 strike with 2 down. Tatone delivers a fly ball to right field. Consarinha moving over to make the catch. That 2-out, 4-run uprising, the anomaly in tonight's game. A lot of zeros and quality innings from Lucas Casey, Dominic Tatone, and in particular Rex Soleil, who goes to the hill in the bottom of the 6th with the Sweets still in front of the Knights. 4-0 back in 90 on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio. Blake Wilson, Kevin Takeuchi, and Quinn Dufort, the Knights hitters, to the bottom of the 6th, down 4-0. Rex Soleil pitching a 2-hit shutout through 5, starts Blake Wilson with a strike. The right-hander comes back with the 0-1 breaking ball in the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Blake, who was flied to right and walked. All the damage done by the Sweets in the 4th, and they did so with 2 outs and nobody on. Wilson, a tapper slowly to 3rd. Millar up with it, throws a strike across the diamond for the out on Blake Wilson. Walla has pitched and defended and have done enough at the plate with that 2-out rally to have pretty good control of this ball game. And with 1 out and nobody on, Kevin Takeuchi to the plate. Kevin has been aboard on an error, the only one of this ball game, and walked. He swings at the first pitch and I think sends the first action of the night into Urchin Alley. He swings and whacks one into left field. Base hit on the 0-1 pitch. Just the third hit of the evening for the Knights. Quinn Dufort, who has bounced into a forced play and struck out, will come to the plate, with the Knights leading 4-0. The Knights were victorious against the Portland Pickles in the second game of the series a couple of nights ago, 7-4. And that was their last at-bat, scoring a run in the 8th inning in their final at-bat in that ball game. The pitch to Dufort misses for ball 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Soleil misses, down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Ben Lead on deck. The scoreless streak has thus reached 14 consecutive innings for the Knights. Dufort takes the 2-0 fastball. High strike. A little bit of a groan from the Knights dugout and some of the fans, but I don't mind seeing that pitch called a strike. And Dufort now swings at the 2-1 pitch. A grounder to Hom, goes to Moran at second for one and to first for the double play. After the one-out single, it looked like the Knights might have a little something going, but once again, they're turned aside. Soleil continues his gem. That's a 4-6-3 double play ball. 2 inning double plays in the mix tonight for Rex. And the Knights scoreless streak is now 15 innings. We go to the 7th. Walla Walla 4 and the Knights nothing on the Knights live stream. Back in 90 on Joe Radio.
Looking for the latest news that you can trust? Subscribe to the Gazette-Times, your go-to source for in-depth journalism and breaking news. From local stories that impact your community to consistent updates to your Beavers and Knights, the Gazette-Times has it all. For only $1 for 3 months, enjoy unlimited access to our e-edition, unlimited articles on GazetteTimes.com and our mobile app, and free access to newspapers.com archives. Subscribe today and join the Gazette-Times community.
Through 6 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, Walla Walla 4 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. The Knights no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Dominic Tatone delivers high to Joel Esparza to open the 7th inning. The 1-0 pitch is down and in for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. My daughter Lydia in the ballpark tonight. Great to see her. She's with some co-workers. She's working at Heartland Humane Society, she's working there gladly and loves the work and working with animals, considering some other things in her own career and path, but enjoying working in the meantime there, and is with several co-workers at the ballpark tonight. The 3-0 pitch to Joel Esparza is in there for a strike in the count 3-1. So I asked Lydia to check. She's with one of her co-workers in Jason Poe, P-O-E, and it has to be asked. The 3-1 pitch swung on and missed in the count 3-2. Jason Poe, along with other outstanding workers at Heartland Humane Society in Corvallis, in the ballpark tonight. So I said, Lydia, you got to ask Jason, is he descended from, somehow related, to Edgar Allan? The 3-2 pitch fouled back. It's worth asking because there's a citizen in our neighborhood in South Corvallis whose name is Brian Dunn, Donne. And I asked him walking the streets of South Corvallis one day, so are you related to the poet? And he said, yes, a descendant of the great John Donne. So is Jason Poe related to Edgar Allan? A fly ball to left field. Ben Lead goes back, makes the catch. Nice job by left-hander Dominic Titone to come back from a 3-0 count and get an out on the fly ball. One gone in the seventh. David Miser, the batter. Do we have an answer?
The answer is no.
No relation.
He's related to someone named Edgar, but it's not Edgar.
Oh,
Allan.
my gosh. Related to Edgar Poe, but not Edgar Allan. That's somehow disappointing in the overall scheme of things, but thank you. David Miser, the batter, breaking ball from Titone, misses inside. The count 1-0. Well, thanks for asking and thanks for sharing, as anticlimactic as that may be. 4-0 Sweets in the seventh. 1 ball and no strikes to Miser. Titone from the stretch delivers a strike in the count 1-1. Miser has popped to short, struck out, and walked. Strange kind of July 29th. I don't think we've ever seen it on this wise. Kind of chilly, cloudy, little precipitation here and there. 1-1 pitch grounded slowly to second. Takeuchi charges, gloves, and throws to first. Quickly 2 down in the top of the seventh inning. Stephen Hom, the batter. If you live or work in one of 24 western or central Oregon counties, then you're entitled to membership privileges and the full financial services at Oregon State Credit Union. You can join online at OregonStateCU.com or one of their 15 branches. Oregon State Credit Union is the proud title sponsor of the Corvallis Knights fireworks show on July 3rd. We had a huge sellout crowd and a great party that night. Oregon State Credit Union, investing in all of our communities and dedicated to creating financial solutions toward making local lives better. The first pitch to Stephen Hom rolled slowly foul in front of the Knights dugout. No balls and a strike, 2 down, nobody on, 4-0 Walla Walla in the seventh. Titone delivers a check swing on an 0-1 pitch. No, says Travis Hulsey. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Titone looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He delivered one last inning. The lefty to the plate, fastball down and in. Ball 2, 2-1. Dominic has retired 7 in a row. 4-0 Sweets. The game has been dominated by good pitching, save for a little 2-out uprising that produced 4 runs in the fourth. Other than that, the pitchers have been spot on. Fly ball to center. Blake Wilson going back. Blake reaches up to make the catch, and Titone does indeed have another 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 8 straight. His counterpart, though, has been brilliant. Right-hander Rex Soleil to the hill in the bottom of the seventh after 6.5. The Sweets 4, the Knights nothing. Back in 90 on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio. Bottom of the seventh inning, 4-0 Walla Walla. The first pitch to Ben Lead from Rex Soleil rolled foul in front of the dugout on the first base side. Now Lead hits a ground ball to short, fielded by J.J. Moran. J.J. throws to first. Ben Lead grounds out. Ben is 0 for 3. The Knights have just 3 hits. They haven't scored a run tonight, and the scoreless streak has reached 15 innings. I mentioned Heartland Humane Society. Heartland Humane is the Corvallis, Oregon shelter for cats and dogs, and my daughter Lydia just apprised me, and I share the word tonight, in desperate need of foster homes for their cats and dogs. You wouldn't be permanently adopting them unless it leads to that, but there's a lot of cats and dogs at the Heartland Humane shelter in Corvallis now, and they're doing half-off full adoptions until August 4th. We encourage you to call the Heartland Humane Society or check out heartlandhumane.org if you're in a position to be able to help with the sheltering of some cats and dogs and half-off adoptions until the 4th of August. A 2-0 pitch to Kaysen Concerina, fly ball to shallow right. Moving in is Logan Meyer. And Rex Soleil's brilliant outing continues. 2 down, nobody on in the 7th. Coulter McAnally has singled to right and grounded to second. He comes to the plate with 2 down and nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. Again, about 6 members of the hard-working staff here tonight from Heartland Humane. And if you can answer the need, the desperate need for fostering cats and dogs and have a place to do so for a while, please get in contact with the Heartland Humane Society or at heartlandhumane.org. 1 ball and no strikes to Coulter McAnally. Rex Soleil comes back and misses ball 2-0. He walked consecutive batters in the 3rd. Received a visit from his head coach and has been dominant since, and he's going to have another 1-2-3 inning unless something untoward occurs. Ground ball to short, fielded by Moran. It is quite toward, not untoward. Moran throws to first, and the Knights go in order again. The scoreless streak has reached 16 innings. The slump is not one of epic proportions. No. It's being played out before a crowd of 940. The cool weather keeping the Knights from surpassing the 1,000 attendance mark again. And the cool and even a chance of rain weather leads us to a crowd of 940. 8 years removed from the mnemonic device of Monty Python's Holy Grail. We'll have a new pitcher taking over after great work by Dominic Tatone. We'll take a 2-minute pitching change break as we go to the 8th. 4-0, Walla Walla on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio.
Airport, we want to say thank you. Thank you to our community for choosing us to connect you to many destinations, other cultures, your families, and friends. Thank you to our dedicated and professional staff for ensuring the airport experience is excellent. And thank you to local residents and businesses for making us who we are. We are proud to serve you, our region, and beyond. Together, we continue to grow and thrive. Thank you for flying local and for flying EUG.
This news that you can trust. Subscribe to the Gazette Times, your go-to source for in-depth journalism and breaking news. From local stories that impact your community to consistent updates to your Beavers and Knights, the Gazette Times has it all. For only $1 for 3 months, enjoy unlimited access to our e-edition, unlimited articles on GazetteTimes.com and our mobile app, and free access to newspapers.com archives. Subscribe today and join the Gazette Times community.
Garen Rizzo is the new pitcher for the Corvallis Knights. He jumps ahead of Court McDonald, a foul ball and a swing and a miss, 0-2 the count. 4-0 Sweets in the eighth. Colby Felix on deck, followed by Joey Winters. The strike two pitch to Court McDonald, hit foul, back at first. It remains 0-2. Garen in his previous 8 has worked 14 innings, 10 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 walks, 14 strikeouts, a record of 4-0. An ERA of 1.92, delivers a breaking ball swung on and missed by Court McDonald, strike 3. Court 1 for 3 on the night. Colby Felix to the plate. Top of the 8th inning. Walla leading 4-0. A 4 spot in the 4th. The only runs in the game. And they came with 2 outs and nobody on. There was just that brief flurry by the Sweets in the 4th. And neither team's offense has done anything, really, other than that little flurry in the 4th. It happened quickly. 2 outs, nobody on. Suddenly there were 4. And suddenly there was a valley for the Knights, and they've been down in it the whole game. The pitch to Colby Felix, high and inside. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Garen Rizzo, high and inside for ball 2. And here comes Delaney to seek for me, whom I will name as the Washington Park Advisors player of the game. I have a ready answer at the moment. Garen Rizzo back to the plate. The 2-0 pitch is foul back, and the count 2-1. Dominic Titone is the leader in the clubhouse at the moment. 3 scoreless out of the bullpen. That's my answer to your question, Dominic Titone. But I reserve the right to, if the Knights mount a rally, to change that in case somebody comes through with the grand slam home run to tie. Okay, there we go. So that's the answer at the moment I give to Delaney, inquiring of our player of the game. The 2-1 pitch missing down and away, ball 3, 3-1 to Colby Felix. 1 out, nobody on in the 8th. The 3-1 pitch on the corner for a strike. 3-2 the count to Colby Felix, who has flied to left and was the guy that got it started. A nice opposite field single with 2 down, nobody on in the 4th to open the door to a 4-run frame. Rizzo's 3-2 pitch is poked to center field for a base hit. Just the 5th hit for Walla. The Knights have just 3 hits and nary a run. The batter will be Joey Winters. Joey is fouled out, and he followed up the Colby Felix 2-out single by drawing a walk in the 4th inning. Grounded to short in his last at-bat in the 5th. We're in the 8th. 4-0 Walla in game 1. Garen to the plate, breaking ball away, ball 1, 1-0. Old Timers Night tomorrow. We encourage you to get out and enjoy. The accent not on youth. It's a young person's world. We understand that. There goes the runner. A good jump. The 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. The throw to second is not in time. Colby Felix getting a good read on Garen Rizzo, who is not especially quick to the plate as it is. And a stolen base gives Walla an excellent opportunity to add to its lead. Nice job by Colby Felix to pick up his 5th stolen base in 6 attempts this summer. He's at second base with 1 out. Winters pulls 1 foul past his first base coach, Derek Benson. 2 balls and a strike to Joey Winters with Logan Meyer on deck. A barbershop quartet, bat grandpas instead of bat boys, 50s and 60s music tomorrow throughout the game. I don't know if there will be requests taken, but it should be a lot of fun. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Garen Rizzo out of the stretch. Comes to the plate. Breaking ball. Good pitch. In there for a strike, and the count 2-2 to Joey Winters. Plus, as I said earlier, organ music. And I'm trying to think, was her name Helen Dell? Does that sound about right? Chavez Ravine in the 60s and 70s. Helen Dell on the organ. Trying to remember that. I invoked John Ramsey's name yesterday. 2-2 breaking ball hooked into right field for a base hit. Colby Felix rounding third. Conserina's throw up the line and not in time. Good head first slide by Colby Felix. And his steal of second, getting into scoring position, does indeed come into play. Joey Winters an RBI single. Walla Walla leads it 5-0. Joey Winters with an RBI single. Logan Meyer will be the batter. Good swing by Joey, hooking a breaking ball into right field. Conserina has a very good arm, and he made it reasonably close with his throw to the plate. Logan Meyer at the plate. Logan takes low, ball one. Logan also walked and scored in the fourth. 5-0 Sweets in the eighth. Walla Walla trying to make a late and strong finish to the 2024 season. The pitch missing down and away, ball two. Tonight, beginning with tonight's game, just 10 games left in the 2024 regular season. 9 WCL games for the Knights, a non-league game here Thursday, a trip to Bend Friday, home to the Elks Saturday and Sunday. And the Knights will close the regular season in Victoria before beginning their 17th consecutive year in the playoffs on August 10th. 2 balls and 1 strike the count, a throw to first base, and Joey Winters back to the bag. Joey picking up his 9th run batted in of the season, getting his lead from first base. 5-0 Sweets. There goes Winters. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second base with a late cover from Kevin Takeuchi is not in time. And interference is being called against Logan Meyer for falling in front of the Knights catcher, Cole Snido. On strike 3, and the runner is sent back to first base. So 2 down in the inning with Logan Meyer striking out, called out on the interference, falling in front of Cole Snido. Joey Winters returns to first. J.J. Moran, the batter. Fastball from Guerin Rizzo just outside, ball 1, 1-0. 5-0 Sweets in the eighth. The Knights have failed to score a run now in 16 consecutive scoreless. Fastball and a good one from Guerin, swung on and missed in the count 1-1. Rex Soleil, has pitched an outstanding game. We'll see how long his skipper Jared Molna goes with him. But he looks good, in my view, to complete what he started. We don't see many complete games anymore in this league, or any league. We might see one tonight. The pitch in there for a strike to J.J. Moran. 1-2 the count, 2 down. Guerin delivers a good breaking ball taken. Strike 3 called to retire the side. However, Walla Walla picks up an important run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Walla Walla 5 and the Knights nothing on the Knights live stream. We have a new pitcher coming in. That answers the question. No more Rex Soleil. Could that be tonic for the Knights? We'll find out after this 2-minute pitching change break on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio. after an impressive effort, outstanding, in fact, by Rex Soleil, incoming to UCLA out of Redwood High School in Larkspur, California. 5-0 Walla Walla. Houston Wheeler bats for Cole Snido and swings at the first pitch from the new pitcher, Nate Nacarado, and it's a fly ball to center, and a nice job by Nacarado just to kind of pick up where his predecessor left off. Houston Wheeler pinch hitting for Snido and jumps on the first pitch and flies out. One away in the bottom of the 8th inning. Peyton Miller, the batter. Peyton's had a good ball game defensively. He's grounded to third twice. Nacarado to the plate. Fastball high. Ball 1. Nate Nacarado into the ball game, picking up for Rex Soleil after 7 strong innings. The 1-0 pitch missing to Peyton for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Nate also attending Ottawa University in Surprise. He's from Mount Spokane High School. Another ground ball to third off the bat of Peyton Miller. Millar throws out Miller. And there are quickly 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Enter Nacarado, and it's more of the same. There had perhaps been a glimmer of hope in the idea that, well, we finally got Soleil out of there. Let's see what we can do. And all Nacarado has done is pitched and produced soft contact for 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 5-0 Sweets. The first pitch to Thomas Ferraggiaro, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Nacarado making his 11th appearance. He, too, a quick worker, comes back with the 0-1 pitch, pulled foul on the ground. 0-2 the count. 20 innings, 29 hits, 15 walks, 9 strikeouts, a record of 1-3 with a save, an ERA of 6.75. He's taking care of business with 2 quick outs. He's ahead 0-2 to Ferraggiaro. Fastball very high. 1-2 the count. Thomas has flied to right, hit back to the box, and struck out. 5-0 Sweets, bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-2 pitch is up to Thomas, ball 2. 2-2. Blake Wilson on deck. Nate Nacarado to the plate. And the pitch hits Thomas Ferraggiaro. Just does graze him, the breaking ball, hitting Thomas on his right shoulder area, forearm, perhaps. Whatever the case, he's on base, which is what the Knights need desperately, and the Knights hope they can have a bit of an uprising of their own with 2 outs and nobody on. Jared Molna, I thought he might ask about this. It looked a little surprising to me that Ferraggiaro was awarded first base on that. Part of me thought that the pitch might have been a strike on its own and that a called third strike was going to be made, with Ferraggiaro's elbow perhaps leaning over the plate and into the strike zone. And I think that's perhaps what Jared is suggesting to the home plate umpire, Zachary Burr. He files his complaint. It doesn't lead to anything per se, except perhaps some contemplation on the part of Burr. But I thought it looked a little suspicious on Ferraggiaro's part. Good for Thomas to get on base. The Knights need runners. The first pitch is in the turf to Blake Wilson, ball 1, 1-0. 5-0 Walla Walla in the 8th. There were Philomath questions asked on our Olafson Designs Diamond Trivia. Philomath, yes, love of learning, population about 5,700, incorporated in 1882. There's apparently a documentary about Philomath. I've not seen it. I don't know if any of you have. It piqued my interest reading about it earlier. It's called Clear Cut, the story of Philomath, Oregon, and about the old-time timber interest against the professionals and techies in the area now was made in 2006. Wilson, it's a ground ball to short, fielded by J.J. Moran, flips to second to Stephen Hom for the force. The inning is over, and the Knights' scoreless streak is not. It has reached 17 innings. We go to the top of the ninth. Walla Walla 5 and the Knights nothing on the Knights live stream. Back in, let's see here. I'm waiting to see if the Knights have another pitcher or they're going to make a change. Not a whole lot of hustle going out onto the field quite yet as we go to the top of the ninth. And I'm waiting to see if we're going to have a new pitcher or not, or whether Guerin's going to get another inning. We may have a new pitcher. I don't know what's taking the Knights so long to get out on the field. But we will take a 90-second break and come back with the top of the ninth. 5-0 Walla Walla on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio.
Hey Corvallis Knights fans, looking for an amazing deal? Come down to Wilson Motors. Visit us today and get free tickets to Wilson Motors Night with the Corvallis Knights on July 24th. It's a night you won't want to miss. Exciting baseball, great company, and fantastic giveaways. While you're here, check out our wide variety of vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged trucks, we've got something for everyone. Wilson Motors, the one-stop shop for unbeatable deals and unforgettable nights. Hurry in and score your tickets today at Wilson Motors.
Top of the ninth inning at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Walla Walla leading by a score of 5-0, and I wondered if we would have a new pitcher. Just the Knights taking the field and all of that was a little slow between innings, and we do. It's Kaysen Conserina with Brooke Knight. It's not. I mean, Kaysen's a good athlete, and we've seen him in a non-league game pitch well. But this will be Kaysen's debut as a pitcher for the Knights in a league game. And it comes in the top of the ninth inning with the Knights trailing Walla Walla 5-0. Kaysen loosening up. And we'll try to keep it a 5-run deficit and give the Knights one last shot at it in the bottom of the ninth inning. And Kaysen getting ready to face Mason Millar, followed by Joel Esparza, and then to the top of the order in David Miza. When you visit Corvallis to catch Knights baseball, we encourage you to stay at your locally owned Best Western Corvallis, the official hotel partner of your Corvallis Knights, close to Goss with the largest hotel rooms in the city and an outdoor heated pool. Wherever life takes you, Best Western is there. Kaysen comes in from right field to pitch. And Conserina misses low and inside, ball one. We've seen a couple of incoming UCLA guys at work on the mound. Soleil and now Conserina. Ground ball to the hole at short. Peyton Miller, who has had the defensive game of the night for the Knights, goes and gets that one and throws out Millar. Another good play for Peyton. One away, and Joel Esparza will be the hitter. Joel has struck out, grounded to short, and flied to left. 5-0 Walla Walla. 4 runs in the fourth and 1 in the eighth. The Sweets 3 outs away from making it 3 straight wins over the Corvallis Knights. First pitch from Kaysen misses low, ball one, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch hits Joel Esparza. Joel trots down to first. And that will bring David Miza, the leadoff hitter, to the plate, who was 0 for 3 with a base on balls. I know there are conflicting stories about the history of names, why Corvallis was named Marysville at one time, which it was, the Mary's River, Mary's Peak. Philomath was originally called Mary's River Settlement until the founding of Philomath College, and then that lent the name of the college to the town. Founded in 1867, and the name eventually changed to Philomath from Mary's River Settlement. A little too prosaic, right? The 1-0 pitch, fisted foul, and the count 1-1. It has been Philomath night here at the ballpark tonight, and an attendance of 940. That's a modest number for the Knights, but it's some of the more unusual July 29th weather ever in this ballpark. Cool and cloudy all evening long, and even a little spit of precipitation here and there. A throw to first base. Back to the bag goes Joel Esparza. Kaysen Concerina jiggling the ball in his hand as he takes the sign from the Knights catcher and then throws it through the mid of the new receiver in there for the Knights. I'm not sure who has taken over at catcher. I can't read his number because of the straps of his chest protector. I don't know if it's Luke Lavin. It's not Tyler Howard, so I can only assume it's Luke, but we'll see. On the assume, it'll be a wild pitch. The runner moves into second. The 2-1 pitch is outside for ball 3, 3-1. I just can't see, and I'll have to check with Brooks Hatch between innings. 3 balls and a strike after an out. A hit batter, 3-1 the count to Miza. Concerina back to the plate, swung out and missed. And the count goes 3-2 to David with Stephen Hom on deck. Concerina to the plate, ball 4. It's interesting to me that Brook, it's not as though in inserting Kaysen to pitch that he's got a very good athlete who can get outs and pitch and can handle himself on the mound, no question about that. But it's only a 5-run game. Last night the Knights were down 9-0 late, and there seemed to be a sense of, well, okay, this game is, in a sense, out of hand, a bit of a lost cause, as it were. But it certainly doesn't feel that way exactly, even with the utter dominance. I'm just a little surprised that we see a pitcher in Kaysen Concerina, position player, in just a 5-run ball game. But he misses low here to Hom. The 1-0 pitch hits Hom to load him up, and this is what I'm saying. The pitching has been superb for both teams tonight. And Kaysen, not accustomed to this kind of role, even if he's not that far removed from pitching a lot in high school, and that I don't know about his playing days. But he has come on in a game where we've seen strikes and outs on a very quick and rapid pace, and hit a batter, walked a batter, and hit another batter to load him up. And that's not, quote-unquote, his fault. But he's been put into the ball game in the 9th inning with the team down 5-0 to eat an inning here and try to help the Knights get through this ball game and kind of regroup and get ready for trying to win the series and come out of what, for them, it's not a slump of epic proportions, as one fan suggested, but it is a slump, certainly by their very high standards. To get shut out last night, to be trailing tonight 5-0, to not have scored a run since the 8th inning 2 nights ago. Brook Knight, the head coach, is walking down towards the bullpen and is communicating now with Thomas Ferraggiaro, his third baseman. Cole Stringer, during the last few moments, has been out, the Knights pitching coach, out to try to help Kaysen navigate some troubled waters here in the 9th inning. 3 free passes to load the bases. Court McDonald at the plate with Philomath poised to break this thing wide open. Good pitch by Kaysen. McDonald hits one foul. Waldo away to the left and out of play. For replacement glass or new vinyl windows in your home, call Smith Glass, located in Corvallis and Albany. Smith Glass is a leading residential and commercial glass service for the Mid-Valley and a longtime partner of the Corvallis Knights. Smith Glass on the cutting edge since 1945. The strike one pitch to Court taken just low in the count 1-1. The 1-1 fastball, good pitch from Kaysen. Swung on and missed in the count 1-2. Court has walked, struck out, had an infield single, and struck out again. Bases loaded, 1 out. McDonald, a slow chopper towards second, fielded by Takeuchi. Flips to Coulter McAnally at first for the out. 2 down with a run coming in to score. Coming down the line, Joel Esparza. The Sweets lead it 6-0. An RBI ground out for Court McDonald, 4-3. And with 2 down, runners at second and third for Colby Felix. Consarinia's first pitch, a strike, 0-1 the count. David Miza at third, Stephen Hom at second. 6-0 Walla Walla. Top of the 9th inning. Kaysen back to the plate, a fly ball into shallow center. Blake Wilson has to play it on a hop, and 2 more runs will score. And Walla Walla puts on the finishing touches and puts this ball game away here in the 9th. They've scored 3. 2 more runs on the base hit by Colby Felix. It's now 8-0 Walla Walla. And that'll bring Joey Winters to the plate. The Knights losing yesterday 9-0, trailing this one 8-0. Joey Winters, the batter. Kaysen delivers a strike, 0-1 the count. Joey has fouled out, walked and scored, grounded to short, and singled home a run last inning. Consarinia's strike one pitch, off speed, down and in. 1-1 the count. On a cool, dark night, occasionally drizzly, it's all Sweets. Line drive, base hit to center. Blake Wilson plays it on a hop. Solid single to center for Joey Winters. Colby Felix stops at second. Logan Meyer to the plate. 8-0 Sweets, and tomorrow will represent, quite honestly, I think an important game for the Knights, given that the playoffs are just around the corner. They don't want to fall into a bad stretch wherein, their thinking, their attitude, the execution, all of that. Tomorrow's going to be a big one. Caden Siegel will get the baseball and try to play the role of stopper. A 2-hopper to short, fielded by Peyton Miller. Throws to Kevin Takeuchi at second for the force to retire the side. But the Sweets essentially deliver a knockout punch with 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning. We go to the bottom half. Walla Walla 8, the Knights nothing. Back in 90 on the Knights live stream and Joe Radio. Nate Nacarado working the bottom of the ninth inning, delivers to Kevin Takeuchi. The 1-0 pitch is grounded to short, fielded by J.J. Moran. On to first for the out, one away. Bottom of the ninth, 8-0 Walla Walla. Batter will be Quinn Dufort. Quinn has bounced into a force play, struck out, and grounded into a double play. Strange goings on for the Knights and their fans the last couple of ball games. Again, putting a point of emphasis, I'm sure, for everyone involved with the Knights tomorrow in Game 2 of this series. 6:35 on our live stream and on Joe Radio. Quinn Dufort takes a strike, 0-1 the count. The Knights will be out to break the 2-game losing streak, and whether they can crack the shutout tonight here in the ninth, we'll see. The strike one pitch missing from Nate Nacarado. Breaking ball down and in, ball 2, 2-1. Quinn Dufort had a good ball game last night, both on the mound and at the plate, looking for his first hit tonight. The Knights with just 3 hits, and again, no runs. They haven't scored since the 8th inning 2 nights ago. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. 2-2 the count with light drizzle falling. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3, 2 down. The Knights down to their final out. And coming to the plate will be the hometown kid, Ben Lead, who is 0 for 3. Caden Siegel will be in a role of stopper tomorrow night, trying to put a stop to a very little skid in the overall scheme of things. But the Knights hope to right themselves tomorrow night. We hope that you'll be part of the environment here. First pitch missing to Ben Lead. The 1-0 pitch misses again, ball 2. 2-0. Old timers night, not bat boys, but bat grandpas. Old music to be played. It should be a lot of fun. We hope to see you here. 6:25 for our live stream pregame. The 2-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 2-1 to Ben Lead. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the ninth, 8-0 Walla Walla. Breaking ball away, ball 3, 3-1. Nate Nacarado. The only other time I've heard the name Nacarado in my life, but I can't pin down why, but is Stan Nacarado. The 3-1 pitch hit foul. I am ashamed to not remember why the name Stan Nacarado. I know the name, but why exactly and what he did and who he worked for, I can't quite recall. The 3-2 pitch, a line drive to left field, and right there is Colby Felix to make the catch. The ball game is over. The Knights have been shut out on back-to-back nights. 8 runs, 8 hits, and an error tonight for Walla Walla. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Corvallis. The Knights losing last night 9-0, tonight 8-0. So again, it's all on tomorrow night for the Knights, the proud 7-time consecutive West Coast League champions, to, in a very real sense, remember who they are and come out ready to go, both offensively and defensively, tomorrow in the second game of the series. The Old Timers game, it'll get underway at 6:35. Caden Siegel will make the first pitch. The Knights will be out to try to break out of an offensive funk that has seen them get shut out in back-to-back games. 9-0 and 8-0. Great pitching tonight for Walla Walla. Rex Soleil and Nate Nacarado. And the Knights had pretty good pitching, too. Lucas Casey had one rough patch in the 4th, and it was rough. 2 outs, nobody on. The Sweets scored 4 runs. Dominic Titone, 3 excellent innings. Garen Rizzo was good in the 8th, although the Sweets did pick up a run. 3 runs in the 9th, with Walla Walla essentially putting things away to take Game 1. They've now won 3 straight over the Corvallis Knights. The Knights will be out to snap not only their 2-game losing streak here at home in the back-to-back shutouts, but the 3-game streak against Walla Walla, which has proven to be a very tough out for the Knights here in 24. Again, our final score, Walla Walla 8, the Knights nothing. For our crew tonight of Andrew Roderick, Evan Brock, Brian Thomas, Sawyer Gowan, and Garrett Dworshak, this is Mike Parker thanking you for joining us tonight here at the ballpark where Walla Walla, behind Rex Soleil's excellent outing, gets it done. Final score, the Sweets 8, the Knights nothing. see all of you young and old timers tomorrow night, 6:35, right back here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. So long, everybody.